what I want to do now is I want to discuss the 13 principles, which we broke down into three parts. The first part being the creative or planning portion, okay? And we call that also the power center. And the reason we do that is because this is where you generate your power from. And you do it by virtue of the following. The first principle is awareness or focus. Same. We use those terms interchangeably here. The second principle is belief or your concepts about things. And the third is the way you express yourself, or the way those two other factors are characterized in your life. This dictates very powerfully what's going to happen in your daily reality, in your life, at different stages, by virtue of the fact that what you're going to be focusing on is what's going to dictate what's going to happen in your life. And the next thing is what you believe about what you're, or you don't believe is happening, will also have a dramatic impact on how things turn out in your life. Okay? Now, that sounds very simplistic, and you hear about concepts such as visualization. Oh, you visualize it and it happens, Well, it's not quite like that. What's missing from that equation is the power that you put into these things. I mean, I could focus on, being invisible, and but am I going to really believe it? Maybe not now. Maybe in 100 years from now, that might be possible. But right now, there isn't some mystical force that's going to come down and make me invisible just because I'm focusing on it. And you could say, well, I believe it. Do you really? And it could be nothing else. It could be, I believe that I can make $1 million. Well, do you really? Do you really believe it? And how much energy are you putting into it? How much focus, how much awareness are you? I mean, making money or making anything, building a backyard barbecue, I don't care what it is. You really have to be focused on that. And people, when I talk to people about, they say, well, my life is miserable. I've got all these terrible things happening to me and whatnot. And I say to them, okay, and I find out what they're focusing on, and I find out what they believe about that. There's your answer right there. And those three principles will give you the answer for how to achieve what you want and where you are, what you are achieving, or what you are experiencing in your life. That's all it is. That's all it takes. Now, can you imagine how powerful those principles must be in your mind to be able to do that? That's why we call this the power center. It truly takes you, puts you in control. You are absolutely in control. Where people fail is that they either lose focus or they don't believe deep down, really inside, what they're saying or what they want or what they're looking for or the ability to do it. Right? That's where people fall out of bed, so to speak. That's where what they say they believe, and whenever I give them some very simple tests, that's exactly what happens. They really don't believe that they can do it. But you know what? With this formula, you can do it.